They tried to break you, but you became this instead. Some people aren't just hoping you stumble. They're setting the traps themselves. The subtle digs, the fake applause, the silent treatment that screams louder than any insult ever could. They didn't want growth. They wanted collapse. But here's the twist. You didn't crumble. You calcified. And what you became? It's not what they expected. Let's talk about the quiet, startling power you built, piece by piece, because they tried to break you. 1. You became someone who doesn't need to be understood. This is where you lost them. They kept trying to decode you using a language you no longer speak. You stopped over-explaining. You stopped justifying your healing, your ambition, your silence. You stopped writing essays just to prove your worth. Now, when someone misunderstands you, you don't panic. You let them. You watch them try to assemble a jigsaw puzzle with missing pieces and smile to yourself knowing, understanding you is not a requirement for respecting you. They tried to shrink you into a shape that made sense to them. Instead, you expanded into a version that doesn't ask for translation. 2. You became suspicious of comfort. Not the comfort of peace, but the comfort of mediocrity. They wanted you relaxed, predictable, distracted, because someone who's always comfortable is rarely dangerous. But you started noticing, every time life got a little too soft, your edges dulled. So instead of clinging to comfort, you started chasing clarity. You sat with the unease. You asked the hard questions. You stood barefoot on the glass of your own limitations and kept walking. Now, comfort doesn't seduce you. It warns you. That awareness alone turned you into someone they can't lull to sleep again. 3. You became allergic to approval. Once upon a time, a sideways glance could wreck your whole day. A cold tone in someone's voice. You'd lie awake wondering what you did wrong, but not anymore. Now, you treat approval like a food allergy. Interesting at first, dangerous if consumed. Because you learned, most compliments come with strings. Praise is the bait, compliance is the hook. So now when someone claps for you, you check who's holding the leash. That shift, it makes you untouchable to manipulators. They can't dangle their validation anymore, because you've trained yourself to clap for your damn self. 4. You became fluent in leaving. You used to stay too long, in conversations that drained you, in rooms that minimized you, in roles you outgrew years ago. You stayed because leaving felt like failure. But then you learned, quitting is just what winners call strategy. Now you walk away early and often, from people who talk over you, from opportunities that smell like crumbs, from dynamics where you're tolerated instead of treasured. They tried to chain you with guilt, but you developed an exit plan so clean it looks like grace. That ability? Terrifying to anyone who fed off your hesitation. 5. You became boring to the chaotic. They used to poke at you like a bruise, just to see if you'd flinch. But your reactions? Gone. You don't explain. You don't argue. You don't bite the bait. To the unhealed, that looks like weakness. To the wise, it's power. You became a flat surface where drama can't gain traction. They throw shade, you raise an eyebrow. They try to guilt trip you, you change the subject. They try to ignite something, you offer silence that burns deeper than any comeback ever could. They thought your calm was compliance. They didn't realize it was your armor. 6. You became a mirror. Here's the part they weren't ready for. You didn't just survive, you evolved into a reflection. Now people can't be around you without being confronted by themselves. Your discipline makes them notice their excuses. Your self-respect highlights their self-betrayal. Your peace reveals their chaos. And they hate it, or they admire it. Sometimes both at the same time, but either way, they feel it. You became the kind of person who doesn't need to preach. You just walk in truth, and suddenly everyone else's lies start to itch. That quiet impact, louder than any revenge.